Right. Live. Tuesday Night Live. Good evening. It's my morning here in Thailand at the Maladar Retreat Center. I'm coming on a little bit later today than my normally scheduled time. Got some things going on with the family, but it's all good. Thank you to everyone that has sent in love and kindness and Reiki and good energy to my mother, who's in just outside of Nashville. She just had brain surgery, and she's doing amazing. She's up and walking. She went home the next day, mind blowing. So thank you to everybody for that. And I've been receiving a lot of questions right now with the pressure on the planet and, you know, lockdowns around the world and separation between people and stuff. And I've been receiving a lot of questions around creating our reality, navigating through this at this, what's really an exciting time. Although if you're in a really, what seems to be a challenging situation, then it might seem like a really crappy time. And so what I want to share are, hey Barrett, great to see you. Thank you for the well wishes to my mother. Yeah, she's amazing. I'll see if I can get her on a live, but I don't know if she'll go for it to tell the story. It's pretty amazing. Brain surgery, they went into her stomach, they went cut open her head, and I think it was all done in 30 minutes. I mean, like mind blowing. Hey Davia, good morning. Great to see you. So right now, with all of the things that are going on the planet, hey Jennifer, our biggest invitation is to understand that we came here at this time for this, even if we don't remember, because I don't remember. I'm like, are you kidding me? I would have never chosen to go through all the stuff I've gone through in my life. But as I've navigated through my journey over the past 20 or so years, met my mentor, Don Miguel Ruiz, questioned my reality, my belief system, which I realized wasn't even mine. None of my beliefs were even mine. I mean, come on. But so many of us are defending and reacting and getting triggered and going into judgment about things we see that are out there and not really understanding one of the most important pieces, that the hologram out there is reversed. And this is kind of trippy to wrap your head around in the beginning. I just do my best to explain it, that everything's going on inside of us and everything out there is a mirror. And so no, it doesn't mean that you're, one of the bad guys or, child molester, anything like that. However, it's all part of the collective, and there is a balance of light and dark. And so one of the biggest keys that created a huge shift on my awakening journey in the way that I create my reality and share this waking up in a dream process and course with people is to understand that your belief system isn't even yours. And it's actually a prison that keeps people stuck in repeating 3D low vibrational looping timelines. Now, if you have a belief like love is the answer in every situation, or that I'm an unlimited being, that's great, that's ideal. Those are the only two beliefs that I kept out of every single belief when my mentor, Don Miguel Ruiz, got me to look at my belief system in 2001. I was like, oh my God, none of these are even mine. None of anybody's beliefs are really theirs. They all came from our parents, our grandparents. Hey, Nancy, great to see you. Hey, Les. So all of our beliefs didn't even come from ourselves. And here we are being taught, or just, naturally having the ego react to anything that either challenges our belief system because it feels threatened and it wants to be in this false sense of control. The ego's not a bad thing. It's just doing what it does. It's an old survival program. So it feels threatened and triggered in a lot of cases by anything that challenges the belief system or that touches on or activates an uncleared or unhealed wound or trauma from the past. So the key is to clean this stuff up. And it's really quite simple, although they out there that would love to keep you in the 3D matrix, low vibration, feeding that, they don't want you to know how powerful you are. So they name it the dark night of the soul, and, you know, healing is difficult and it's painful. It's actually really the greatest freeing thing that we'll ever do. And I go through this process almost every day of the week with people that I journey with every month. And yeah, we might have some tears, or there might be some anger that needs to come out. But after things are felt and seen that every single thing that happened to us was part of our agreed on soul contract. If you're open to this, and I'm not saying that nobody out there doesn't know this and I'm the only one, I have to start somewhere. And I'm just reminding Jeff, as I always say, every single time, I'm just talking to Jeff. I don't even know if there is anybody out there. So one of the greatest keys to my freedom was coming to the realization that every single thing that happened to me on my journey was part of my soul contract. My dad dying when I was 7, having 2 stepfathers after that were abusive, growing up with a mother where lack was always the concern, having an uncle who was my father's brother who felt responsible for me, but he had 8 kids. So lack was always the program. So I grew up around lack. Then I was placed into private Catholic schools up until 9th grade. I was also an altar boy in church, programming. Every single day was Judgment Day. Every single day was Judgment Day. It was all fear-based, with a little bit of love thrown in way back here. Okay, so did I dig it when I was going through it? No. But even in 2nd grade, I knew that there was something wrong with the school, church, and religion. It's all inverted. And if that triggers you and you're, religious or whatever, just look at it. I'm not challenging your belief like my teacher said. Don't believe me. Don't believe yourself. But really tune into the frequencies of what's going on. In all of the religions that I have studied, there's some good pieces because that's how they get you. But most of them are asking you to give your power away to some source outside yourself that's going to save you or give you something or throw you a bone if you either donate money, pray enough, or you're a good enough person. That's 3D. That's the loop. That's the trap. So, yeah, I believe in Jesus. And, I never met him. I don't know. But the energy of what he portrayed, I resonate with. The stuff that's in the Bible that's been manipulated through the Vatican and stuff, where all this stuff's coming out. So anyway, let's get back to the tools. So the whole point is, are you open to the fact that every single thing that happened to you on your journey, especially the shitty, bad, horrible things, happened as part of your agreed upon soul journey in order to give you the experience so you would have the gift of being able to share your ability to hold space, compassion, love, non-judgment, and just kindness towards everybody, starting with yourself first. Hey Lee, great to see you. Early morning in South Africa. Yeah, it's morning here in Thailand too. It's 10:01. We're in the future. So, what's this whole deal about what's going on in the external right now? More pressure than ever. More darkness than ever. It's really not more darkness than ever. It's just that it's being exposed and brought into the light, which is a great thing, even though it doesn't feel that great. Okay, but let's check it out. This stuff's been going on for thousands and thousands of years. They've been sacrificing children. Women have been kept down. People have been enslaved. Information has been manipulated, inverted. Our DNA got hijacked. We were never told that we were unlimited. How many of you play with that word when you wake up first thing in the morning and consciously create your reality? You're doing that, right? First thing every morning? You've watched enough of these lives to know if you don't consciously and intentionally and powerfully and excitedly and playfully create your reality and see it as already here now, never in the future, that you're just basically going to be pulling in the past, your stories, your beliefs, and your experiences with you. Doesn't mean it's all a bad thing, but so many people are just recycling through the same stuff over and over. Yeah, life happens. Some people are lucky, some people are not. Maybe it's karma. I don't like my job, but in another 38 years, I'll be able to become retired, which is a spell word if you don't know. And a lot of us are all of us, we're just doing the best that we can. But the beauty is that all this stuff's coming up right now. It's always been here, the light and the dark. It's got to be there to be balanced. That's the way it has to be. So it's coming up to be met. It's coming up to be cleared. People are being forced to look at it because they wouldn't otherwise. They don't understand that their belief system is basically a prison, and that their beliefs aren't even theirs, and that almost everyone in the government, science, medical, history, it's all been manipulated and inverted. Yeah, it's shocking. It'll piss you off. It's okay, get pissed. Feeling is healing. It's just that now we become the conscious observer and we begin to ask really powerful and masterful questions, such as anytime we have a judgment, we catch it, we stop, because we can feel the frequency of it. And we ask the billion-dollar priceless question. Okay, I just felt that trigger. I can feel it in my body. I'm practicing this now because I intend to shift beyond the lower 3D energies of judgment, fear, anger, shame, guilt, and the lowest one, hatred. Can't get out of 3D if you're holding those in your frequency, because they don't exist in 5D and beyond. So we're basically playing with cleaning up our frequency and doing the inner healing. Many people don't want to admit that there's anything wrong with them, so they don't like the word healing or that we must heal, because then they have to admit that they don't all have their shit together. But let's get real. We were all wounded. Our DNA was hijacked. Things happened to us when we were younger. We might have been abused. Our parents might have been dysfunctional. You name it. All the stuff that happened to us. So if we desire to fully remember who we are and become empowered, then we just go, all right, let's look at this. Let's start to observe this. Like where I'm going to start off with right now is a post I did this morning. Okay, so it starts off with, do you still tell stories about things that happened to you in the past or things that other people did to you that you don't like? Because most people do. And isn't that interesting? That we don't normally just talk about how amazing all the stuff is that happened to us. Wow, I woke up today. My heart was beating all night long, and my blood was pumping, and my brain cells were doing trillions of functions while I was asleep, and I didn't even have to think about it. How amazing is that? Anybody talking about that today yet? Besides me? I intend that they are. Okay? So the point is, are we still talking about anything? Hey, Sarah, great to see you. Are we still talking about anything that happened to us that we don't like? It's like the scenario in the hair salon or in the bar, where one person goes, yeah, my husband, he You know, he leaves his dirty underwear by the bed every day, and then everybody chimes in, yeah, mine too. And it's just a pissing party of what everybody doesn't like, instead of getting on board and having these conscious, amazing conversations about, wow, I've been focusing on attracting all these incredible people into my life and connecting with people all over the world. And all this synchronicity is just showing up every day because I've been getting really playful every day. And every morning when I wake up, I consciously create my reality before I step 1 foot out of bed and let those 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running again that most people do. The alarm goes off, I got to get up, I got to put on a pot of coffee, I got to get the kids ready for school, I got to do this, I got to do that, I only got so much time to jump in the shower, oh my God, oh, I got to check my email. I mean, this is what most people do. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's very powerful to observe that if you wake up and the 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running and you do not consciously create your reality first thing in the morning in what I call 0 point. 0 point is when you wake up, you realize you just came out of what we call the sleeping dream, because we're dreaming all the time, right? We're dreaming right now. When my mentor, Don Miguel Ruiz, first told me that, I remember my mind going, oh, I can't process that. I can't control that. I don't know if I'm dreaming right now. That feels alien to me. Yeah. Whole thing is to let go of control. There is no control. Supposedly, we're flying millions of miles through space on a spinning globe with endless black holes, and it's mind-boggling. Let go of control and free yourself and open yourself up to infinite timelines and possibilities and abundance and magic and miracles that can flow into your life that are already here now. There's nothing in the future. It's all here now. So what brings it into your reality? You consciously focusing on it, playfully and excitedly. Why? Because playfulness and excitement are two of the highest vibrations. And you are a magnetic being. You're a walking magnet, whether you realize it or not. So what attracts all of your timelines in life and relationships to you, or repels them? Like for me, I grew up, lack was the main story. Money doesn't grow on trees. You know, a penny saved is a penny. All these hard money stories, they were just in me, man. No matter how many courses and how many books I bought around money and the secret, it never changed anything until I went within. Sure, I had a lot of information about, oh, I can, you know, I can read the manifestations and I can do the EFT tapping. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Didn't change a thing, because nobody taught me how to go in and clear the underlying beliefs and subconscious programs that we're running. And that's what this waking up in the dream process does. And that's why I'm so passionate about it, because it's the most powerful process I've ever experienced out of any book I've ever read, and any of the courses and 3-day web seminars I've taken in LA and New Mexico and Sedona and Los Angeles and Las Vegas. They didn't change stuff for me. I mean, some of them had some great ideas. I'm not, knocking it. There's some great teachers out there, but bottom line is we must get to the root program. And so, again, the question, do you still tell any stories about what happened to you when you were younger or in relationship or growing up that you don't like? Or do you still tell any stories about what others did to you? This is really, really key, because if your subconscious is still holding that story, the subconscious is the main magnetic attractor of all these timelines. Up here, here's you, the big star, although you're much bigger than that, but just for this purpose. So up here is all 5D and beyond. Down here, let's just say this is 3D and lower stuff. Well, if you're still holding a story, which means you're holding an energetic frequency that did not get the gift of why that person or that thing happened to you as part of your soul contract. Okay? If you're not open to this and you're like, no, that wasn't part of my soul contract, I didn't choose that, then guess what? What you're really saying is, I'm going to be pissed about this, and I'm going to hold this frequency, which is negatively going to affect me and nobody else through my lack of forgiveness and my unwillingness, of allowing my ego to win and just hold on to that negative energy. I'm fucking pissed they did stuff to me. Okay, this is the trap. And this is what they're doing in the 3D matrix. And this is why right now the squeeze is on with, Vax versus unvax, Republican versus Democrat, white lives matter. It's all to separate and keep us in a low vibration. All fear all the time. The television is all fear, all drama, all the time. So is the media. And now science. It's a total psyop. The doctors, so many of the doctors are either brainwashed or lying, and they're so afraid to speak out because they don't want to lose their job. So they would rather have millions of people be harmed and died, including children, instead of having the balls to speak up. Well, a lot of people are speaking up now, and a lot of people are waking up, and this is why we came here. So the key is, if you're still holding any story or any lack of forgiveness against anyone, including yourself, the universe is inviting you to look closely at that right now and clear it. And you know how you've cleared it? When you can thank the person that you judged, or that you feel harmed you, or that you feel did something wrong. Or, my mom was an alcoholic, she was dysfunctional, she used to beat me, my father used to beat me, I know. My uncle used to do it, he didn't know any better. That's what his dad did to him, that was the way you learn. So, I want to clarify, because I journey with some people through some really deep healing stuff like sexual abuse, rape, trauma, murder. I'm not asking you to thank somebody that did that to you, if that's the case. But for all general purposes, for most other things, we made an agreement that our parents would be our parents and that all these things would happen to us. And so when you can thank somebody, and this goes into the process, it's in the book and the online digital course, and that I take people through that decide to go on the 30-day mentoring journey with me. Every single judgment is about us. And I used to be a judgeaholic. I was taught to be a judgeaholic in Catholic school. It was judgment day every day. And I thought that by pointing out everything that was wrong out there, that would somehow fix it. And I became really, really good at it. Even though I was a really sweet kid, I was a straight A and B student, I was really good in sports and I loved animals, but I was a judgeaholic because that's what I was taught. But everything we judge, since we are magnetic beings, we attract more of that to us in our reality. So I was seeing more of it. It's just like if you focus on a red BMW, then you'll start to see more of them. But we weren't taught this. So super, super key to forgive everyone. Because the name of the game is to clean your frequency, to heal and raise your vibration, to be operating in the heart. And I want to say before I forget, if anybody has any questions around any of this stuff that's coming up, these are Q&As on Monday and Wednesdays or Monday and Thursdays. Please pop any questions in, because it really opens things up and allows other people to feel safe. And a lot of people watch these in the replay. And like I used to sit, I used to go to 3-day dreaming weekends with my mentor in San Diego and Las Vegas. And these were where we would have to commit to 1 year of signing up for the dreaming process and show up every month for 2.5 days, Friday through Sunday. And we wouldn't leave the dreaming room only to go out and have breakfast, lunch, and sometimes dinner, and sometimes we didn't even eat dinner because we just kept going. We were having talks all day and all night. We just talk about stories and programs and how we tell our story and how we clear things and that we're dreaming all the time and how we create our reality and how we become the conscious observer, observing ourselves when we're interacting with each other, two different people, and going, oh, isn't that interesting? I just reacted that way. That person just said something and I felt emotional, or I got triggered, or I went into judgment, or I felt extreme love, or whatever it is. So we would talk about this stuff all the time and go really deep into this stuff. And there were weekends when I would show up in pain or with some drama and I didn't know how to figure something out. And I was afraid to ask the question, because in the dreaming room, we had a big couch up on a stage, and you had to go up there and sit next to Miguel and Barbara Emrys or any other Toltec teachers that may have showed up that month to hang out for the weekend. And you're like naked. You're up there going, I think I'm all fucked up and I don't know how to fix it. And, you know, everybody's looking at you. You're like on television, you know? So sometimes I wouldn't ask the question because I was in fear. But every single time I asked the question, my answer got answered in like 1 minute. And I went, oh my God, that's all it was? That's all it was? I couldn't see that? So I want to invite anybody that has any questions to pop them in here. You know, nobody's going to single you out as far as what? I'm very gentle. I'm very loving. I love doing this, and I love loving on people, especially people that are interested and willing to either heal, dismantle their belief system, or just, you know, learn how to consciously create their ideal reality. You know, this is the only game in town. This is it, folks. I don't know if you know, there's nowhere to get to after you get the house and the car, you know, and if you spend 65 years trying to become retired, I mean, come on. There's a new game in town, and it's called do what you love, be consciously aware, and only choose to do what you love. And if that means making a life change or something, then I invite you to investigate that. I'm not judging you at all, but I'm here to support it 1,000,000%. Because when I talked about being unlimited earlier, we are so unlimited, it's not even funny. And most people don't even contemplate that at all. I'm still playing with it every day. I don't know what fully unlimited is. I'm very happy right now. I live in Thailand at a retreat center. People come here almost every day of the week, and we go on journeys, and we do plant medicines, and we do yoga, and we're in nature, and we eat good food and have deep conversations and listen to great music. And, you know, I'm pretty blessed right now, but it took me a long time to get to this position, and you don't have to take that long to do it. I'm telling you, if I would have known the tools, the simple tools that are in this process, that, I mean, literally, you can go through there's hardly, look how tiny this book is. I take people through this process in 30 days and mirror them almost every day of the week, which is why it's so powerful, because we don't just do a call every week. We're on it, we're on it, we're on it. And the people that put their trust in me and their faith in me, it's why I only journey with 4 people a month, because that's, my plate is full, you know, but I love it. And so these are the tools. So moving on, okay, let's just finish, let's clean up. Are we still holding any judgment or lack of forgiveness towards anybody? If we are, we're the ones that are still magnetizing that or lack of abundance or worthiness or self-love or something into our reality, okay? So I invite you to clean that up. And if you need some assistance, go to my YouTube channel, Portal to Awakening. It's got all my video replays, or get the book. It's half price right now. I'll drop a link in. And, you know, or there's a digital course with 4 hours of PowerPoint trainings that'll get you to see the program, because the ego's tricky. In the beginning, it doesn't want you to see the program because it's afraid that it's going to die, but it doesn't die. You just switch it over to here to where it starts having fun and being playful every day instead of it needing to protect you. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. And so forgiveness. Okay, next thing. Do I now catch my judgments and triggered emotions? Do I understand that every trigger and judgment is about me? This will change your life more than anything else, any degree, anything else you ever do. And all it takes is practice. I have people go out and they begin to track every judgment, every less than thought, every fear, every doubt. And you begin to see the programs running and you're like, oh my God, those were running in the background the whole time. I didn't even realize it. I thought I was awake. Well, we are awake on certain levels, but we're still in nursery school. Most people claim they're awake just because they can see that the government lied to them and that most things in school and religion and they're inverted. Okay, that's the beginning of being awake. Now comes the fun part where we get to really do what we came here to do. Begin to consciously create our reality. So, next key. Do I now catch my judgments and triggers? Because they're all about me. Okay? If you get this, it'll change everything in your life. Okay, I'm going to take a time out. And Sarah has a question. Thank you, Sarah, for showing up. So panic attacks, is it fear? I would say the root of it is definitely fear. From my experience, I used to have a lot of anxiety. My dad got killed in a plane crash when I was 7. I grew up with stepfathers, and my uncle was really intense. I mean, really intense. And yeah, I used to get beat in the garage, and he wasn't trying to kill me, but that was what he learned. And so a wooden stick and a wooden paddle, and you didn't do anything wrong when you were around Uncle Fred. You walked on eggshells. I don't know why my screen's flashing. If anybody saw that, just started doing that. Okay, so panic attack, is it fear? What I would do is I would ask, here's the billion-dollar question, which is part of my transmission today. When we have any triggers, judgments, fear, doubt, shame, guilt, any low vibrational feeling at all that doesn't come from love, gratitude, excitement, joy, or compassion, we ask ourselves the life-changing question. We notice the frequency of the trigger or the emotion, the low vibrational emotion, and we say, okay, there's one. What is this trying to teach me or show me about me? It's all about you. It's all about us. This is mastery. It's not about the person that triggered you. It's not about Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton's sacrifice. It's not about that. They're the teachers to get you to go, oh, isn't that interesting? These people are triggering me. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with observing that, yeah, these people are doing horrible things. But if you're allowing them to lower your frequency, then they're winning at the job that they're doing. The key is to be the conscious observer and go, that's some pretty horrible shit that they're doing to the planet right now and the people and the children. But I understand that I must keep my frequency in my heart, and I must stay in the higher frequencies of gratitude, love, compassion, because people need that. So I must commit to remaining the conscious observer instead of being what so many people that we observe out there are being the automatic reactors. The media, the television, they know how to trigger people. It's a trigger fest right now more than anything. Look at people. They're running to put stuff in their body that hasn't even been tested, that's been proven to harm. And now they're running to get the second and third shot. And the first one doesn't even work. I mean, come on. Wearing a mask, breathing in their own bacteria when it's been proven that it doesn't even work. Going into a restaurant, and as soon as you sit down, you can take off your mask because now it's safe and the bacteria is up here where you stand up, whether you're 5'10" or 6'3" or whatever. I mean, come on. WTF. What the? All right? So the good news is, this stuff is so in people's faces that they're either going to go into denial, like a lot of people are choosing, because it's very difficult for some people to admit that almost every single thing that they've been taught has been a lie. It's been an inversion to keep us trapped in spinning and repeating lower vibrational 3D timelines. Sarah, did I answer your question? If you have any other question around that I can fine tune, go ahead and pop it in. I'm just freestyling here because it's what I do. I don't have any plan. It's the only thing I can do. So, okay, everybody, any questions around judgments? Any questions around triggers? Do I thank others that I may judge for showing me when I'm still holding the low vibrational thoughts, beliefs, or wounds from the past? Life-changing question. If you need to write that down, you can always come back and watch this transmission. This is at 36 minutes. The replay will be up on my page as well as on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/portal to awakening. All one word, and it's portal TO instead of the word two. I'll post a link in here. Okay. So, does anybody have any questions around this? Is this clear? This is really life-changing stuff. It's very simple. The beauty of the whole awakening process and completely shifting the way that you create your reality, it's very easy. Most people think it's going to be hard work and difficult. And many times when they reach out to me to have me mentor them through 30 days, they think it's going to be hell and difficult and painful. And it's so freaking easy. I make it playful. I am loving. And the trainings in the daily tracking sheet that you just fill out at the end of the day, it's so easy. You just start to see the judgments in the programs and the automatics, where before you just didn't see them. It's okay. But here's the key to it all. We cannot dismantle a program that we can't see. But as soon as we see it, we go, oh my God. And then you'll see it every single time. It'll dismantle. Yeah, you might have a trigger once in a while if you've still got part of the wound, or it was a heavy trauma and you're playing with I don't like to use the word working because it's heavy, it's a spell word, so I usually substitute the word play. But you're playing with, forgiving little by little. And how can you tell if you've forgiven somebody? When you think about them or the event, you're neutral. There's no trigger anymore. You can either go thank you or, wow, that was intense, but I'm glad I learned that lesson. I know that that was part of my soul contract. So now that I have more compassion and more tools to hold space in a higher frequency for other people on the planet. It's wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. So any questions around that, pop them in. Okay, next bullet point. Do I truly believe that I am worthy of having anything and everything that I desire? Think about that one for a moment. Do I truly believe that I am worthy, let's throw in the word capable, of manifesting anything that I desire? That I desire to live like a king or a queen? Do I believe that I can effortlessly manifest anything I desire? It's a great question, because if you don't, that's the first hurdle, because that means, guess what? The subconscious that's creating everything doesn't believe it. So do you think it's going to be able to create it? No. Okay? This is really key to understand here, okay? It's not difficult. And once you begin to use these tools every single day and consciously create your reality first thing in the morning and hold your frequency and see your desire is already here now, and fake it till you make it. Because the ego is going to go, oh, your dream house and your soulmate isn't here yet. So what? I'm holding the frequency that it is, like a little child who doesn't have any doubts, and they're just in the imagination field. I'm flying on a rocket ship right now. I'm hanging out with the fairies. Little children don't have a no. They don't have any doubts until they go to school and get programmed and get taught what to think instead of how to continue to manifest and create their reality with that beautiful imagination, that unlimited imagination that they came into this reality with. And so this whole game is for us as adults or teenagers, whoever's watching this, is to get real playful and use these tools. And the tools are real simple. There is nothing difficult about anything in this process. Nothing. A third grader can understand it. In fact, many of the people that I mentor end up doing the process with their children. And so it's great because their children are going, Mom, you need to catch that. You just had a judgment or a trigger. And so everybody starts to just play in this field of being the conscious observer of their thoughts and their words and their emotions, and then consciously creating their reality. It's the only game in town. All right? Any questions? If anybody has any questions, pop it in. So, the final invitation after these tools is, where's my frequency right now? Where is it? Am I excited? Am I grateful? Do I know that this is the greatest time in recorded history? Yeah, there's some shitty stuff going on. But do I see the bigger picture? Am I holding my energy and my vision on the highest, most magnificent new earth, 5D and beyond timelines? Am I doing that? That's the only invitation. You don't have to do anything else. But be playful and be excited as much as you can while dealing with the other things that you may have to deal with. I get pissed off. I never do it around other people anymore. But I get pissed at my computer. It's a little older. Once in a while the keys aren't working or it's going too slow for me. It won't keep up with Mr. Jeff, hyper frickin' multitasker. And so I go, oh, I'm pissed off. What is that trying to show me or teach me? Well, maybe it's time to take a break, Jeff, after pushing, and multitasking for 10 hours straight on your computer with people all over the world in 4 different time zones. Oh, okay, thanks, yeah. That's a great idea. I think I'll go outside and put my feet on the ground or go in the pool, or I'll go hang out with the wild jungle dogs. What is this trying to show me or teach me in each moment? Where is my frequency? I'm a walking magnet. What am I magnetizing? Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. So in September, I've got 3 spots open right now. If anybody is interested in going on the 30-day journey one-on-one, where you will be lovingly mirrored and have programs dismantled so quickly that you will go, oh my God, everybody should do this. Why don't they teach this in school? And this will be taught in school. It's coming up. Absolutely. There's a link if you want to check it out. It's real easy to remember, portaltoawakening.com. There's not a whole bunch of salesy stuff on my page. There's the book, the digital online course, which comes with 4 hours of PowerPoint training, so you'll see the program. It'll change your life. And then if you want to journey with me one-on-one, I don't even know anything else to compare it to. And I don't say that with an ego. It took me a long time to say how powerful this course is. And it took me over 25 years to put this together. 10 years studying with my mentor. And then another 7+ years just playing with the tools before this ever became a book. I never planned on writing a book. I'm a recording and guitar dude. I was living in my recording studio. The book came about as note to self, Jeff. Don't ever forget this shit. Because I would learn the tools and I'd go to the dreaming weekends and have some good weeks and good days, and then I'd fall back into a trigger and I didn't know how to clear it. Even my mentor didn't teach me how to do that. I had to figure that out on my own, you know? So these are some of the gifts that I bring in my own way. There's other people out there doing it too, which is great. You're all doing it. Anybody that's tuned in and listening to this is doing it. You know, high five. Oh yeah. So yeah, if anybody's interested in that, follow the link. I'll do that. Let's see if we have a question. Okay. Yeah, Alicia. Yeah. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of people have forgotten how to create, and they're so distracted. This is what the 3D matrix and the media is doing through fear. I mean, holy shit. You can't go out of your house without a mask. Everybody's judging you. You gotta, you know, you're being threatened to fly on a plane. I say, fuck them. Then I don't fly. I don't travel. I boycott every single restaurant or corporation. In fact, there's not even a corporation I support anymore. Every single bit of food I found out that's made by a corporation or 7-Eleven, it's not even real food. It's all chemical crap. I don't go to the doctor, never, never, ever. And I haven't been sick in a long time because I put good, healthy things in my body. And even beyond that, you know what the thing that I found that is the healthiest thing you can put in your body? Self-love. Self-love. It's not the mineral water I drink. It's not the cacao. It's not the vegetarian stuff. It's not any vitamins. It's self-love. And I never used to do that. I didn't used to like myself. I knew I was a good person, but deep down I felt like I was fucked up for some stupid shit that I did when I was younger. You know, people I hurt with my words, or relationships I messed up, or, you know, drinking and partying and saying stupid shit, because alcohol does stupid shit to your brain, you know? So that was part of my journey. Now I guide people through getting off of addictive substances and healing and things like that. So I had to have the training. Otherwise, I wouldn't be as effective as I am at doing this stuff. That's why anything that's happened to you is a gift. So yeah, Alicia. So we're remembering, and the frequencies that are coming into the planet right now are basically amplifying and forcing us to wake up and remember. And it's a wonderful thing. It really, really is. And things are shifting very, very quickly, even though it seems like, well, it's almost been 2 years to flatten the curve. Yeah, well, it's been thousands of years that these programs have been running, and people used to get killed, burned at the stake, and murdered for speaking out, and it's still happening today. It's just that there's too many of us awake right now. So we are here at the greatest time in recorded history. So here's a question from Lee. Okay, great. I love it. Thank you, Lee. All right, check it out. When someone is rude or disrespectful towards others in front of me, I go into warrior mode. Where does this come from? Is this a trigger? It feels like an automatic reaction. Okay, first off, great question. Thank you. Second off, great observation. It is an automatic reaction. I mean, everything's automatic. Even a loving response is an automatic. It's just the goal is to practice and train ourselves to be conscious observers in every moment. My favorite mantra is 3 words. Isn't that interesting? Ooh, they have a different perspective that I don't like. I say that Larry doesn't like. I have everybody that I journey with name their ego. so they can begin to see when he or she jumps in and tries to run the show. So Larry didn't like a lot of stuff. Larry's my friend now. He's switched over here. He's my greatest ally. But it didn't used to be like that. So let's dive into this a little bit. Warrior mode. Okay, so that's protection mode because somebody else is being rude or disrespectful. Okay, cool. But when you go into warrior mode and you've got your trigger, whether it's large or small, because it is an automatic reaction. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you observe it. So when you get triggered and somebody else is disrespectful, do you then judge and shame them with that same sticky energy? Or can you hold the frequency of the conscious observer and either just remain calm and neutral, or when you mirror somebody who's being rude or disrespectful, that means that they're running that program and they can't see it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. So the only way to mirror somebody, and this is really, really key in relationships, like people that have been together for a long time and the first few months, everything's love and sex and, oh, I love you, oh my God, you're my soulmate. And then a year later, they're like, yeah, my husband, fuck, he always does this. It's just the way it is. And yeah, mine too. Instead of being able to talk to him and going, when this event happens, this is how I feel. If you go, you're doing this to me, then you're judging and they're feeling like, whoa, I got to defend myself. So it's all in how we present the invitation to someone else that can't see the program that they've been doing. And it doesn't even mean that we're right. It might be Larry or the ego thinking that it's them, because a lot of times people project that it's the other person because they can't see their own wound. So how do we navigate through that? By tuning into the frequency of how it feels when we're developing this higher level of conscious awareness. You can tell if you're defending or if the ego's like, no, it's you. You can feel that shit. It's sticky. If it's not really them, but you want it to be them, you want to win the argument, but you really don't want to look at the fact that that's your frickin' wound because you never really noticed it all these years. These are the keys. This is why this process is so powerful. You must track the frequency of each thought, word, and emotion. Otherwise, they'll just run on automatic and the ego will go, yeah, I've been feeding off this shit forever. And that's my automatic, man. I feed off judgments, triggers, and denial. Then you lose. You just keep looping in 3D over and over, and you'll never get out. Well, you will get out. I mean, I don't mean, yeah. Yeah. So does that answer your question? So if you get triggered when somebody's disrespectful, I mean, I'll jump in. If I saw somebody harming a child or something, I might take them out. I don't know. If it was a pedophile or something, yeah, I'd be unstoppable. But I don't really attract that into my field. I don't go looking for it. And it hasn't shown up. But yeah, this is how we do it. We hold the frequency. Like one trigger doesn't warrant another trigger. That's what low vibrational triggered people do. They get triggered and then it's a trigger fest. And how can you tell when you're triggered? Well, because you raise your voice. It's automatic. Because you're not controlling the energy that wants to move. Emotional reaction. So I think we've covered that. So yeah, Barrett's got some good stuff here. Everybody's my teacher. Every single person is my teacher. And every single person that goes through my mentorship program as an apprentice, I don't like that word, but some of them call me teacher. I go, you're my teacher. Every single person I learned from. And that's when you start to elevate your frequency and worlds beyond what was your normal world start to open up. Because now you're going, oh, what is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to show me about me? When I'm on a call with somebody and I can see their wound in the first 2 minutes, We go right into it. I don't go, oh, I'm so great I can see their wound. I go, wow, I'm so glad that I got this opportunity to see how this program works and holds people back from another angle. So now this adds to my skill set of everybody else that I get to journey with. So thank you, thank you, thank you. They're my teacher. This is the level of awareness where you start to fast track and things really begin to frickin' move quickly, you know? It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Thank you, Lee. Thank you for showing up and hanging, for 55 minutes. To me, these are the most important conversations, and this is life-changing stuff. And not only is it life-changing stuff, but it lasts. The tools last. Yeah, you might have a trigger, but you'll remember. It doesn't go away. Once you raise your conscious awareness and see a program, it loses its power. This is it. This is what will be taught in first grade, and there won't need to be any grades after that. If there's any schooling after that, it's just because you want to learn, how to be an artist or how to create, how to design buildings or, how to heal with natural plants or something like that. Once you learn how to track an emotion and that your thoughts, your words, and the emotion that you put behind them creates your reality, you don't need to learn anything else. The whole school system and all these systems are 3D matrix programs. They're all inverted for the most part. And you're going to wake up to that and go, oh, okay, so this is how we're playing the game. All right, I got something for your ass. It's called forgiveness, high vibration, and I'm going to create my reality. I don't need to watch the television. I don't need to study history books that are all manipulated and inverted, and nobody can prove what's true or not. What I know is, where is my frequency right now? And where's my frequency 1 hour from now? And where's my frequency later? That's why I have all the people that I journey with set alarms on their phone to go off throughout the day. Some of you will hear this right now and go, that's a great idea. I think I'm going to pick up my phone right now and put 15 alarms in it to go off every hour. Then I'm going to make sure they go off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And even if I don't catch all of them, even if I only catch 5 of them a day, and then I reset my vibration just like I do when I'm lying in bed and I'm going, okay, I'm creating my reality. I'm loving on every cell of my body. I'm smiling. I'm grateful. And now I see and I'm magnetizing anything I desire and I'm seeing it as already here now. Now you do that even 5 times a day. That's 150 times a month. Plus, actually it's 180 because you're doing it in the morning, which is 30 more times. That's 180 times a month that you are consciously, this is the key, and intentionally affecting the quantum field with your excitement and the power of your divine will. Think of how many people that are not doing this. But you can do it. And you can begin to do it right now. And I know some of you are doing it because this is what I share on every live, because these are the keys. So again, thank you everybody for showing up. Here's the link for anybody that's interested. The book is at portal2awakening.com. The digital course, it's less than $100. It's 4 hours of PowerPoint programs. You get the daily tracking sheet. I mean, this is life-changing stuff. This is like going out to dinner as a couple and then maybe having drinks or whatever. This is life-changing. So that's it. That's the best I got. And I'm grateful for everybody that's tuned in and everybody that shares these with anybody that you think could use this, because I don't know anybody that couldn't benefit from these tools. So sending you lots of love. Have an incredible day or evening, wherever you're at. Be good to yourself. Love on yourself. Stay excited. Just track your frequency. Use these tools. If you don't have the book, get it, or the digital course. If you want to journey with me and freaking blow your whole belief system and clear any low vibrational stuff, come, let's do it. I'd love to do it, and I love to do this. And you will get this type of passion and commitment from me every single day. And, you know, just about everybody that's ever gone through my course, we're still friends today. We still keep in touch. We still support each other. It's priceless. I don't know of anything else that's more powerful on the planet. So anyway, have an incredible, incredible day or evening wherever you're at. Love you too, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all your support. Barrett's a great guy to know. If any of you want to connect with somebody that's amazing, consciously aware. And I don't know why your photos aren't showing up. There's something going on with Facebook here. I'll have to check it out. But at least I'm glad that this is transmitting and coming through on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So yeah, thank you everybody. Much love. And I'll catch up to you next Thursday, I think. Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm a day ahead. Okay? All right, everybody. Much love. Catch up soon. Hold that frequency. Stay excited. Stay playful. Come on. We're kicking ass. Team Light is freaking rocking it.